And I talked to her and she said, "Mommy, I missed you." I said, "I miss you too, baby." She goes, "Where's Daddy?" What do you tell a 3-year-old?
You told your children that Charlie was going on a work trip with Jesus. Are they still asking, "Where's Daddy?"
Yes, my daughter continues to ask. I told her the other day, she said, "I just miss Daddy, and where's Daddy? When is he coming home?" And I said, "Baby, Daddy's still with you."
You guys, something really serious happening with Erika Kirk. She might actually lose her children this time. Child Protective Services. That's CPS, the people who make sure kids are safe. They've been investigating her. And it all started when her own nanny, the person who helped take care of her kids, reported her for not taking proper care of them. The neglect was so bad that it left the children really upset and scared. The investigators said things were way worse than anyone thought they would be. Here's how you know it's serious. As soon as CPS finished looking into things the first time, the court got involved. The judge ordered that both of Erika's kids had to start going to special therapy right away. When a court makes that kind of order, it means they saw something really bad happening. And now, people are already talking about taking the kids away from Erika completely and having them go live with their dad Charlie's parents instead. So everyone's wondering the same thing. Was Erika falling apart this badly in private while acting like everything was perfect on the internet? Or has this been a problem for a really long time?
Why does Erika Kirk keep forgetting that she has children?
What are they going to threaten me with? Going to heaven sooner to be with my husband?
I think you could ask the mother the same question. And every mother is going to express concern about who's going to take care of the kid.
Okay, before we talk about what the investigation actually found, we need to understand how everything changed the second CPS, and the court got involved. Here's the thing you probably already know. Once the government steps in to protect kids, Erika can't hide behind her public image anymore. She has to explain and answer questions about how she's been treating her children ever since their father died. At least that's what people who know what's going on have been saying for months now. Because while Erika keeps acting like she's this strong, successful boss lady on social media, her kids have been at home crying and breaking down every single day. They're still trying to understand why their daddy isn't coming back home. And the way Erika acts when they come to her for comfort and hugs just makes everything even worse for them. She even told a story about the time her daughter asked where her father was, and somehow Erika turned it into a big show for attention. Instead of giving her little girl a real, honest answer that would help her understand, Erika told her tiny toddler that her father was on a work trip to heaven so he could make money for her little blueberry budget. She tried to make that sound like a sweet, touching moment between a mother and daughter, complete with crying and tears that look perfect for the camera.
Oh, Daddy's on a work trip with Jesus so he can afford your blueberry budget. What little kid isn't going to completely internalize that and be like, "Oh, we don't have to eat any more fruit and like blueberries if that means Daddy can come home"? Like, they're immediately going to think that it's their fault for eating too many blueberries and that's why Daddy's dead.
But nobody believed it was real. People were really upset and shocked that she would say something like that to a 3-year-old child. It wasn't just a mistake or careless, it was mean and hurtful. That's the kind of thing you say that makes a little kid think she did something wrong that caused her father to die. Because even when they're only 3 years old, children understand when someone who used to be there all the time suddenly disappears. And here's the saddest, darkest part. Imagine what happens when that little girl decides she doesn't want blueberries anymore. What if she thinks that if she stops eating them, her father might come back home? But now, this is where things start getting really different. Erika isn't just handling her kids' feelings the wrong way. She's barely even around them at all. Like you probably know, people who are close to her have been saying that she leaves everything, feeding them, playing with them, putting them to bed, to the nannies she hired. That's because being a mom was never something she actually wanted to do. It was just another role, like being in a play, that she could pretend to be when it helped her look good. She liked getting praise and attention for being the perfect Christian wife with the perfect Christian family. And now that Charlie is gone and not here anymore, she isn't even trying to keep that act going. The minute she didn't have someone helping her look like the perfect family, the whole thing started falling apart and showing problems. Erika even admitted once that she never imagined her life would include having a husband, having kids, or doing charity work. She was more interested in going to parties, looking good at events, and being in rooms where people could see her and where being noticed mattered more than being real. That's the life she misses, not the life with her husband that she's pretending to be sad about. And here's the part that makes it less surprising that CPS got involved. Erika has a long history of using children as prop, like decoration, for her public image. You guys probably know that her Romanian Angels orphanage already had rumors that it was more about looking good in photos than actually helping kids. People who worked there said the place was run like a photo background, with Erika showing up just to take pictures while everyone else did the actual hard work of taking care of the children. There were even darker rumors and suspicions about children being taken away from their parents and pushed into adoptions in other countries without the right paperwork.
So apparently she used to run an orphanage in Romania, and it was a Christian orphanage. And allegedly a lot of kids went missing. A lot of kids who came into that orphanage went missing. With her ties to you-know-who, his ties to you-know-who, a lot of people are speculating that those kids were.
And yet, every single time Erika showed up at that orphanage, she made sure cameras were filming her like she was the hero saving everyone. The cameras and looking good mattered way more to her than the kids ever did. Meeting and marrying Charlie just gave her an easier, faster way to get the fame, money, and access to important political people that she wanted. The family image, the marriage, the kids, all of it made her brand stronger and more popular while Charlie was still alive. But now that everything has broken apart and fallen to pieces, and the perfect image doesn't help her anymore, she can't even pretend to care about those children. And that's exactly why CPS didn't waste any time once they started looking into her situation. Nothing in her past suggests she's a protective, caring mother. And everything she's been doing lately says that the kids were never what mattered most to her. But now, this is where everything starts closing in on Erika and getting more serious. Even before CPS or the court got involved, people close to her had already warned her that the way she was acting was going to cause her kids long-term damage that would hurt them for years. Charlie's parents even had a private conversation with her and reminded her that Charlie left more than enough money behind for her and the kids to live comfortably. She didn't need to rush back into the spotlight and being famous. She could have taken time off and slowed down to help her children adjust to living life without their father. But Erika brushed all of that advice off like it didn't matter to her at all. Instead, she took a huge chunk of that $12 million that Charlie left behind and immediately started traveling everywhere. In the weeks right after Charlie died, her face was all over the place, doing interviews, giving speeches, showing up for photo opportunities, like she'd been waiting and waiting for her chance to put herself in the spotlight and be the center of attention. And at every single appearance, she showed up looking glamorous, with full makeup and giving a full performance. Even when she tried to act like a sad, grieving widow, it never seemed believable. Nothing about it looked or felt real, and people noticed that really quickly.
Before I close, I'll share with you that I asked our daughter what she would like to say to Daddy for his birthday.
Then things got worse and worse. Erika started going viral on social media for all the wrong reasons, cuddling up close with another woman's husband on stage at an event, arguing and defending herself when people questioned her about it, and pushing herself as the next big MAGA political figure instead of being a mother who just lost her children's father. Meanwhile, back at home, her kids were crying so hard they were making themselves sick, begging and saying they wanted to go live with their grandparent, because after Charlie died, it felt to them like they didn't have a parent at all anymore. And Charlie's parents were more than ready and willing to take the children in and raise them. So when Erika made herself the CEO, the boss, of Turning Point USA right after Charlie died, Charlie's parents didn't believe her excuse about keeping his work alive for even 1 second. They saw it exactly for what it really was, another power grab, another excuse to avoid being in the same house with her sad, grieving children. Everyone had seen how Charlie treated those kids, how present he was in their lives, and how much love he showed them. That was the legacy, the thing he'd actually cared about leaving behind. And somehow, that's the one single thing Erika keeps failing at over and over and over again. Now, here's the interesting part of all this. Erika really thought she could do whatever she wanted and nobody would fight back or stop her. But she's finding out really fast that this time, the consequences aren't just online drama and people being mean in comments. They're real problems and they're already happening. The CPS visit was only the very beginning. Reports say that the court has ordered immediate therapy for both children, something Erika should have set up the moment their entire world fell apart and collapsed. Instead, she waited and waited until the state government forced her to do it, and people aren't letting that slide or forgive her for it. Even her fans are turning against her in a way she hasn't experienced before. People who used to defend her and stick up for her are giving up and walking away the minute anyone brings up the kid. One comment that's been going around social media said, "Poor Charlie was surrounded by snakes. His poor traumatized kids. This lady gives me the creep." Another person wrote, "She might lose the daughter and she could lose the boy, but when it all comes out and everyone knows the truth, she will lose her position as CEO." And honestly, that last comment really sums up the mood and what everyone's thinking right now. People aren't just questioning whether she's a good parent anymore. They're wondering if her entire career can survive what the CPS investigation might reveal and uncover next. Now, here's where everything changes direction. The CPS involvement in Erika's case wasn't random or by accident at all. According to what people are saying, Charlie's parents were the ones who made the phone call that started the investigation. They'd been watching Erika fly around the country while the kids were falling apart and breaking down at home, and they finally decided they couldn't keep waiting around for her to step up and be a good mother. And when Erika ignored all their warnings and refused to let them take the kids, that's when Charlie's parents went for the one option she couldn't ignore or brush off: getting CPS involved before the damage to the children became permanent and unfixable. There are even whispers and rumors now that they're getting ready to take her to court to fight for full custody of the children. And if that actually happens, Erika could lose the only thing holding her MAGA persona and image together: the kids she's been holding onto and using for good photos and public appearance. It also explains why she's been fighting so hard and so aggressively to keep the children away from their grandparents. The real question everyone's asking now is, how long does she think she can keep playing defense and protecting herself before everything slips out of her control and out of her hands? So now Erika's rushing around and scrambling to protect an image that stopped being real the moment CPS walked through her front door. And the crazy part is that the grandparents haven't even made their real big move yet. If they actually file the paperwork for custody in court, it won't just be her career that's on the line and at risk. It'll be the last thing she's been using to hold her whole persona and public image together. And from the way things are looking right now, she might not be able to stop them from taking those kids away.